is the Wild Wild West.
And dogs are the best.
The Screenplay Daily News.
Cats are also the best, by the way. It's just a rule of writing that rhyming takes precedence over fact. It's Wednesday the 12th of July. I'm Steph.
And I'm Nick, and here's what we have deemed newsworthy.
Well, while we wait with bated breath for Red Dead Redemption 2, a Wild West MMO could sate our cowboy desires. Cut to the eyebrows. So not sexy.
Uncomfortable!
First announced in May, 612 Games have released a first look at Wild West Online, an MMO with a Western setting. Much of the gameplay appears to be pretty by-the-book MMO with kill quests, either solo or grouped. There's also a reputation system, so if you decide to gangster it up, rob everyone and murder a bunch of innocents, you'll be marked as a baddie for other players to take out. If you prefer the quiet life, however, you'll also be able to raise a farmstead and just make a living trading. Oh, boring, but it's nice that it's there. So I feel like since Westworld, you know, there's gonna be more demand, if any, for cowboy games.
Totally. We're cowboy crazy here, as we saw at the beginning of this segment, where apparently you have a lot of cowboy desires that we have not spoken about at all. This is new information to everyone in the room here. Here's what I love about this. MMOs not set in fantasy worlds or sci-fi worlds. I know you love fantasy. We get it, Stephanie. You're crazy about horses and swords. But here, horses and guns, kind of getting closer to that world where we're living MMOs, you know, like in our time. And I love the West.
I actually agree, I totally agree. And I mean, the thing that's important for me is to be able to play a character that would probably not be very prevalent back in that time. See, with fantasy, you can kind of just, it's set in a medieval kind of setting, but you can be whoever, you know? If you're making a historically accurate Wild West game, you're like a cowboy or you're like a whore.
Yeah, right, okay. Yeah, good point, good point.
But it looks like with this game, you know, they mentioned that they wanted to make it as historically accurate as possible, but they also wanted to make sure that everyone, you know, had a really good time playing it. So there's gonna be some adult sexy stuff in the game, for example. But you can go up, so you can play a woman or a man, and you can go upstairs, get with whoever, and hopefully not get hanged for it, because...
I like this sort of stuff where games go, if it's set in a time period that where there were, you know, social restrictions or whatever, where unless it's really important to the story that you show that, then it doesn't matter if we, you know, if we expand socially and bring in some, you know, new thinking to this old world.
Totally.
Because yeah, it just makes things more fun, like you said, to be not relegated as just a whore. And since Red Dead Redemption 2 has not yet been confirmed for PC, Rockstar, call me.
And the first one was never released on PC.
Exactly. This is sating our cowboy desires, which, you know, we have spoken about at the beginning. You're gonna play it?
I'm gonna play it.
I'm gonna play as well. Moving on, and we know that most mobile games are cash grabs, but Snoopy is doing something good. The Peanuts Pooch has a new free-to-play mobile game for iOS and Android called Snoopy Pop. It's a classic bubble pop style game, but with a real-life twist. Publisher Jam City have pledged to donate up to $100,000 from the sale of microtransactions to Canine Companions for Independence, a non-profit that gives assistance dogs to children, adults, and people with disabilities. It's a good day for the worst game payment model of all time, freemium.
I've never heard of anything like this. I can't believe...
In my life.
I can't believe that freemium is doing something good.
I know.
For the pooches.
Goodium for the pooches and the people. So yeah, $100,000. You know, depending on I'm guessing it's a percentage of the sales that they get. Then it's not going to be the first $100,000 that they make, because then they might not make any profit ever. So like I said, they're giving the money to Canine Companions for Independence. On the board of that organization, Jean Schultz, who is the wife of Charles Schultz, who made Peanuts and Snoopy.
I get it.
It's the link. Collusion.
What other games could do this? Crossy Road, chickens?
Yeah, give all the money to chickens.
Like battery cages and all that kind of stuff?
Yep.
Eradicate them?
That's a good one.
With money from Crossy Road?
Yeah, you could probably do it with just the money from Crossy Road. Clash of Clans. You could give all the money to like those little villages that don't have any defenses.
That's true.
We could really armor up some Amazonian villages. That would be interesting.
That would be good.
And threes for the numbers. Yeah, I just feel like it's a nice thing that games are doing.
It's super nice. I mean, we've had a lot of positive news with games and charity this week.
That's true, with the Summer Games Done Quick and stuff,
Summer
raising
Games
a
Done
stack
Quick.
of money. So
Awesome.
yeah, more developers take note of this.
In other news, EA has announced they'll be running an open beta for Star Wars Battlefront 2 from the 6th of October. The beta will feature a couple of maps and modes, including a space dogfighting battle to appease the appetite of all you wannabe Han Solos out there. Is that a lightsaber in your pants, or are you just happy to see space dogfighting battles in Battlefront 2?
It wouldn't be a lightsaber because Han Solo was not a Jedi. Oh, Star Wars knowledge, snap!
Just trying to make a dick joke.
Valve has rolled out an update to Half-Life 19 years after launch. It's a game as old as the person editing this video.
Which is not very old.
That's not very old at all. Will, is that a lightsaber in your pocket, or are you just happy to be editing this video? The patch also cleans up some crashing and exploits at an engine level, so this should also fix other Half-Life engine games like Counter-Strike.
But Valve giveth and Valve taketh away, as 40,000 cheaters were banned from Steam just 24 hours after the conclusion of the summer sale. The VAC bans were dished out at a rate 10 times the daily average. The spike is being attributed to people using dummy accounts to purchase their favorite games for cheap during the sale, and then using those accounts to run Cheaters Gauntlet, using mods in games like Counter-Strike. Time and money poorly spent.
On other screens, My Chemical Romance singer's superhero comic Umbrella Academy is headed to Netflix. The show will follow a family of kids who have crazy superpowers and very snappy uniforms who investigate the death of their father. It's part Tim Burton, part Lemony Snicket, part The Runaways, all good stuff! Stephanie, have you read it? The Umbrella Academy?
No.
It's so good! Oh, it's so good. Gerard Way, you can only have one, but you got three things. You can't be the lead singer of the greatest band of all time, objectively speaking. Everyone on this side and that side of the room is shaking their heads.
I mean,
Andrew Watson knows though. He knows they're the greatest.
I shared your passion for that music, but I wouldn't say My Chemical Romance is the greatest band of all time.
You did, the greatest band of all time. You can't have that and write great comics and have a TV show. So jealous of your life. Steph, take the next story.
Man. Despite voicing how sick and tired he was of the franchise, we all know Daniel Craig still has another Bond movie left in his 5-picture contract. So of course he's ready to shake that martini one last time. The real big news though is that Christopher Nolan has admitted he's been talking to producers about coming on board as a director of a future Bond film. Nothing confirmed yet though. So I believe he said something, Daniel Craig said something to the effect of, would rather slash both of my wrists than play James Bond again.
You can't walk back from that, but apparently you can, and you're gonna do it in that small baby blue swimsuit.
Well, that's it for today's news. We'll be doing a live answer on Friday at 3:30 p.m. On our Facebook page. So start asking your questions here in the comments and we'll try to answer them.
You can follow screenPLAY in all these places. Details in the description below.
I'm Steph.
I'm Nick.
And we'll see you every weekday for the rest of your lives.
But for now, we'll leave you with this incredible Link sculpture and the news that My Chemical Romance is the greatest band of all time. Good night!
It's not really true in any sense.
Nah.
The interesting thing is that this was like manually discovered as well. It wasn't caught up in some of the automated copyright system. So somebody has like ratted them out, or they have one of their Capcom lawyers who just whole job is to just like troll through YouTube looking for potential infringements.